Walking down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What's up, everybody? That was a totally normal start to a podcast.
What? I'm Tyler.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to Off Panel, Off Topic. And hey, guess what? That was my idea. I will totally take full responsibility for us.
It was honestly supposed to just be a
Burping.
sound check, and
Yeah.
I burped into the mic.
And then I turned up the...
which is gross, I'm aware, but
Is it?
Still funny.
I think, back in 1975, a guy named Lorne Michaels had an idea that people were like, "You're fucking crazy, man." And look where he is now.
1 minute.
So fuck you, America. And everywhere else in the world. Because we're equal opportunities. Welcome to our podcast. If you haven't listened to our podcast before, and you
were like,
obviously obviously already turned it off, so you're not listening.
And then you're like, why are you talking like this? And we say, well,
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
no, we're just foul-mouthed jerks. But yeah, if you've never heard our podcast, this is me and my buddy Jake. We get together once a week and we talk about stuff that we like, entertainment wise, comic books, movies,
and sometimes
TV shows. Yep.
No, I got nothing. Sometimes comedy.
Jake is hearing this in his sleep now because he plays it so many times.
And then sometimes in the morning I look in the mirror and I say,
"You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina."
So if you could make it through the first 5 minutes of us basically just being like jackasses and playing around with the soundboard.
oh, okay. I feel like this is targeted now. at me.
Wow. As you look at your soundboard.
I'm going to tell you right now. I will.
Yeah.
I'll eat your ass.
Wow. Cool. Promise.
Boring!
Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we talking about today?
Well, we have we definitely
You don't
have
know
some comic
shit.
books that we're talking about.
'Cause you
two-
don't have the rundown.
You're right.
But yes, we have two. Sorry.
No, but it was funny because I was like,
You're just about to
I'm gonna wing it. I don't know if I
Start the
knew he
episode
had a
over.
rundown, but yeah. Go ahead, just tell us what the rundown is, Jake.
Episode 142, we were talking about X-Men 97. We got to
Awesome.
watch the first two episodes of that.
When does that come out again?
Wednesdays.
Okay.
So it doesn't kind of work for our recording schedule.
Sucks. Balls.
So. Thanks, Disney.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, thanks,
you
Disney. You can't make
bastards.
it on Sundays, Mondays.
Come on.
Dicks.
Come on.
Dicks.
Also,
That's the problem I have with Disney. Not that they're woke.
I wanted to talk about some new Captain America Brave New World rumors.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we're going to talk about Punisher #1 by Jason Aaron and I don't know. You know what? I should have thrown to this when we actually had the book in front of you. Stop making that noise. God.
It's called making sure you don't have dead air. It's a radio trick, you douche.
Oh, I was talking.
Yo, were you?
I was giving him a
My
little...
name was
Pew
Jake.
pew quip, pew pew quip.
I suppose you were, you son of a bee. The Blessings of War by Jason Aaron, Jesus Saiz, and Paul Azakita, I think.
That's the Punisher #1.
Yes. Book 1, Chapter 1. And Defenders #1 by Al Ewing, Javier Rodriguez, and Alvaro Lopez.
Yeah. So those are the books we'll be talking about. So a lot of fun stuff. So
A lot of fun stuff. And then what else?
that's it.
Sweet.
And then our long box.
Long.
If you don't have one, get out.
Shit.
You should have came
I'll
prepared.
see you guys. See you guys later. I don't do anything.
You know what it is?
Sloppy.
You know when I get done with this podcast, I go sit in a dark room for a week until it's time to awaken again and come here. I have nothing else but this podcast. I've got nowhere to go. Yeah.
What?
Anyway, let's talk about X-Men
Let's
97.
talk about X-Men 97.
This is why
I'm
nobody
sorry.
listens.
I'm sorry.
We sing too much.
I sing too much. Also, we start off shows by burping.
And it's not a good episode. Let's be honest. Let's just pack it in. We're 6 minutes in. Let's just give up.
We quit.
Yeah.
The 7 of you still listening, thank you for all of your
Thanks, Mom.
support and everything.
X-Men 97
Your
episodes
mom
1
listens?
and
Mine doesn't. Okay.
No, it doesn't. X-Men 97. I think we've talked about this on the show before, but you and I have recently I've done a lot of homework on the X-Men, but before that it's always kind of been a blind spot for me.
Yeah.
I watched the Fox movies and all that, but I never really watched the cartoons that much.
Yeah.
So I was coming into this at pretty much the same point you were, with very little to no.
I watched, I think, I tried to watch the first season when it first came out. I remember I said this on a previous episode. I bought the first, I can't remember what it was called. It was called like X-Men Adventures. The cover was by Steve Lytle. But it was the first episode of the cartoon in comic book. And it was the first one where they go to find Jubilee and doesn't Morph die in the first
The first episode, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I had that issue. I bought it when it came out. Because, dude, you got to understand, when I was still collecting comic books, you bought everything that was X-Men. Because who knew if it was going to have a character that just blew up like Cable did?
Yeah.
That's seriously, it was mostly good storytelling by that point. I mean still,
but
but
in the
most of it was just like, hey, you got to get the gatefold cover and the fucking hologram fucking blah.
Yeah, the 90s, though, I mean, because of what Claremont was doing.
Well, it was early 90s when Claremont quit. Or
yeah,
got forced
he
out.
was there for 17 years.
Yes. From
Which
like
I did
78.
not know that.
Yeah.
I knew
Or 72.
All I had known about Claremont's run before that was I just know that he had been responsible for a lot of the current, our views on the characters really come from Claremont. While they were created by Stan Lee and Jack.
Some of them.
Jack Kirby? Or was it?
Jack Kirby, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was created by them.
The original 5, yeah, and Xavier and Magneto
But
and like a lot of that original stuff.
Claremont
But
took
later
it
on was
to
like
a different
Dave
level.
Cockrum and
So I had that knowledge of it. So that's really all I had coming into this show. So I came in with kind of fresh eyes. But again, being a kid in the 90s, I had seen the cartoon in passing here and there. I never religiously watched it.
yeah.
So, but I'd be lying if I wasn't having some sort of emotion when I saw the intro. Where I'm like, oh, okay, this feels like a Saturday morning cartoon. It feels like a throwback. And then you get into the episode, and it is still.
I think the animation
it
is
does-
superior to the original.
I think it does a really good job of handling nostalgia, and using that and not leaning on it too much, and being able to stand on its own. But I mean, there's obvious baggage of a little bit of having some knowledge of that 90s cartoon. But I mean, honestly, you could kind of go in fresh.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you know
you totally
enough
can.
about X-Men, I feel like you could kind of figure it out. But I don't know. Before we go into spoilers, we both really liked it. That's. I think the animation is a little choppy at times.
I didn't.
But I
felt like it was
when they were
great.
talking. I noticed
There was a moment during the second episode, and we'll talk about it after spoilers. But there was a moment in the second episode where I was like, okay, I see what you're talking about. But most of the time, I was either didn't notice enough, or it didn't really bug me that much. I thought the animation was superior. It was great.
Well, yeah,
it's awesome.
sure. I mean, let's be honest. Those. I'd love to see them remastered, because the Batman the animated series looks great on remastered. But they were not made they were made cheaper than you'd think, because they had to have such long seasons, and so they had to make them on a budget.
How many episodes is this?
This is like 8, I think.
Huh? Really?
Could be wrong. I think 8.
No, I mean that's fair, but I mean, you know, like cartoon seasons are usually like 22, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, that was then. This is now.
Whatever. Okay, so
Anyway, so with that coming in, I still think this made me smile a lot. This made me grin from ear to ear because for me, what it boils down to, and it's going to sound real simple, but when it's just superheroes kicking ass and actually being good, it's fun to watch. I think we kind of lost that along the way. I think there's always these bouts where you kind of lean more on anti-heroes and shit. So it's nice to see kind of a throwback to that time, you know? But go ahead.
Nothing.
I was done.
I was just gonna say that I really enjoyed it, and you know, growing up myself, I grew up, you know, in the early '80s reading. I came in. I'm trying to remember who the artist. I want to say Paul Smith was the artist when I started reading regularly, and then it was John Romita Jr. For most of the '80s, and then Mark Silvestri after that. You know, blah blah blah. But I read a lot of the, you know, we're about halfway through Claremont's run all the way to the end. And I'm really pretty well versed in X-Men lore and all that stuff. I'd say from about 91 till, you know, 2000 or so, I don't really know a lot. I tried not to pay attention because especially the third Summers brother. I don't know if you remember that guy, but he had like a backwards hat and like spikes all over and shit. His name was like Adam X or something. Do you remember
That
this?
was a joke. Was like, oh, it's a New Mutant. It's a Summers brother. Like there's always some.
You don't remember that from the 90s?
I
It was
don't
like
know.
Adam
I
X.
wasn't reading. I told you. I didn't
Me
read
neither.
X-Men.
But I've read about this character named Adam X.
Yeah.
That was just like the worst type of like 90s.
Even more 90s than Cable.
Oh, it was awful. He had like a backwards hat on, like long blonde hair.
Yeah. So anyway,
Fucking gross. But yeah. So
Let's get
most of the
into
good
it.
X-Men stuff, let's fucking do it.
Pizza time.
Yeah, one more time. We don't use him enough. I feel bad for Toby. He's not doing anything with his
Pizza
life.
time.
wow.
Just waiting for us to get the royalties from our drop.
I'd say good luck. Oh.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
I thought you were gonna do you get what you pay for.
Oh well. Fuck you. How's that?
Yeah, wow.
X-Men 97 review. Only 13 minutes into the episode.
I was singing like 20 minutes ago, I think.
Anyway, the episode To Me, My X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
I think is really interesting because within the first few minutes, you kind of get the tone of this whole what the show is going to be and what what it was, what it's throwing back to. And again, I think the strength of this show is being able to modernize that idea, but still feel cheesy. Prime example is we think this kid is a mutant. He's being hunted by the Friends of Humanity, who are an anti-mutant group, because X-Men's always been subtle about the metaphors and allegories it's using. But anyway, or allegories it is.
People with small minds don't get the, allegories.
Yeah. So,
Take everything up.
but then we find that out later who this mutant is. But then the X-Men show up to help, and Cyclops shows up and proceeds to be a badass. Which as someone who has been learning more and more about the X-Men, the more I understand how upset comic book readers, for whatever reasons it was with Fox. But I think anybody that was a fan of Cyclops, those Fox movies severely fucked over that character.
Oh yeah, he was done dirty.
Because that character is so much more interesting and important than what he's made out to be. Because he's
a
obviously those are Wolverine's movies. That's what they are.
Yeah, but he's a jerk in the movies.
Yeah,
He's just a whiny little.
and he does become like that's because I've also been reading.
At one point
All
in the
new
comic books,
X-Men.
he kills Xavier. So
Yeah, AVX, man.
Yeah.
Avengers versus X-Men.
yeah,
But I love seeing him get some respect, and you get to see why people like him so much as a character. Because he shows up, he grabs the mutant, and then the people are trying to fight him, and he goes, okay. He grabs him, and then he proceeds to fight. And we see him use his beams because people think they always make the misconception that they're heat waves, they're concussion blasts. From his the Starjammer stuff,
from his eyes.
from where they are, the realm they're in, or whatever the fuck. But yeah, it's tied to his dad being a space pirate.
Not really.
I thought it was.
He's just a mutant. He's just a mutant. Well, okay, so
But-
the Summer's history. Yeah, let's not.
We're
get
not getting into
that
that.
because there's like
'Cause,
Mr. Sinister.
yeah, we
and,
can't-
yeah, his dad's a Starjammer and fucking
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Corsair baby
hit his head when he fell from a plane when he was what's fucking
He
It's a
he
lot.
was in an orphanage in Nebraska. Fun fact.
Sinister.
where I'm from.
Mr. Sinister.
We're talking about Cyclops. Was
Huh.
an
I know,
orphanage.
but Sinister ran the orphanage.
Oh.
He fucked with Summers' kids.
Do you
when
think
they were
we'll
growing
ever
up.
see Sinister in the X-Men?
I don't know. I don't know if you could. If
But-
you could do him right, yes, but
Yeah.
maybe
so,
Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm calling it Deadpool 3.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Cyclops shows up, hits the blasts.
Yeah, he was moving
Um,
himself around. That was pretty.
But the
fucking
fact
cool.
that he was using his lasers to bounce himself around and use that
Yeah,
momentum
that was
and like
neat.
just beat the shit out of these dudes, it was awesome. And so yeah, he saves the mutant. They go back to the Minch. I don't do an entire episode breakdown, but essentially the people that
It's-
attacked him
it's-
had Sentinel arm cannons. So like, why these shouldn't be existing? We destroyed them a long time ago. This tech is popping up again, pretty much. And
it was essentially a "Hey, get to know us" episode.
well, and it's
This is what we're about.
and it's tying back to
Right,
the
there was-
original series because
Yeah.
the first two episodes of the original series is called Night of the Sentinels, and that whole thing gets introduced.
Right.
So I think it was a nice little like Force Awakens like callback to that first episode.
It definitely, it ties back with there's. I talked to you about how the exposition was done really, really well. So if you do want to come into this cold, you can. You know, like they pretty much you know what everybody's powers are by the end of that episode. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know. You know what the X-Men are about. They're about rescuing other mutants who are hated and feared by humanity. And if you're not an idiot, you get you understand that the X-Men and mutants are an allegory for every minority that's ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
And can be. I don't want to say is, but can be. Because I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't-
Well, the show's super woke for another thing too. I mean,
See, the thing
So-
is, like, if you're not aware, like, we don't consider woke, like, that's a dumb word that, like, alt-right idiots use to describe being a decent human being. I mean, I don't know where
It's
being
just- it's a word
kind and
which is
compassionate
a-
became political, but
an-
fuck off.
another word they took from black culture.
Basically, yeah.
Because
Because they're
and-
fucks.
yeah. Well, and this show, like, to think that this show wasn't going to be is ridiculous. Before the show came out, we did a whole segment about it. We talked about it. But I think what's so funny about this episode
Yeah, the showrunner or whatever.
and the show
yeah.
is I can't believe how people didn't expect this show to be what it is in 2024 and what this franchise has always been. X-Men is and if anybody like I've already put that to bed with the whole Eric July shit. It doesn't matter what Stan Lee was intending. What Claremont as far as I'm concerned, while Stan Lee may have created the X-Men, Claremont is what made X-Men the X-Men.
Yes.
Why
that's
people like those
largely
characters so much is
most
because of
people
him.
understand that and accept that as well.
Yeah,
Except
everybody
for
accepts that.
shitheads.
So to think that they wouldn't have those elements in the show, yeah, it's like it's
Also,
silly to me.
I gotta say this, and you guys are the fuckers who do all this shit about Stan Lee said the original creator, motherfucker. The reason why these characters are so great and so layered is because somebody made them, and then the next writer came along and did things with them and built on that character, or an artist, or the next writer after that, or the artist.
And I think this show is a good example
If you
of
have-
that.
yeah,
of these interpretations of these characters.
If you have it's awesome that Eric Larson has been doing Savage Dragon every single issue since the beginning, and he's up to like 234 or something like that. That's ridiculous. He's going for a Guinness something. I don't know, whatever. But is it good? I don't know. Shit. I mean, what if he let somebody else take over Savage Dragon and play in that sandbox? Wouldn't that make Savage Dragon a much more layered and awesome character? Not saying he's not, but think about that for a second. Or
So,
Spawn, right?
Other things I wanted to talk about
Come
in this
on.
episode, I really thought it was Kitty and with Sunspot. I keep talking around it. I can't remember his name, but
Roberto da Costa.
yes,
He's from Brazil. That's why he speaks in Portuguese.
Roberto is in the
Brazil.
is in the danger room with Kitty,
Danger Zone.
and he's just like fucking around with it. He's like, "Who cares? It's fake. It's a simulation."
It's Jubilee, not Kitty.
Oh yeah, it's Jubilee. Sorry,
The fuck?
sorry.
Jesus.
So then Wolverine jumps on top of him, and he puts two of his claws around his head, and he holds the middle one, and he goes, "They're real funny," and the simulation, and they do, and then Wolverine's still on top of him, and I thought that was great. Wolverine doesn't get a ton of play in these first two
I'm
episodes.
okay with that.
And I'm okay with it because he got overplayed so much in those movies, in those
Fuck yeah.
X-Men movies.
Yeah, let some other characters take center stage.
Yeah.
I'm fine
And
with
I
that.
think that's another thing that what has made this so appealing to me is how they focus so much on Scott and Magneto in these first two episodes that I think that's
Well, that's
another
where the
thing that
conflict's coming from,
made me
yeah.
so invested. And I think another thing is this is a different iteration on Magneto than we're used to seeing in the live action movies. For someone like me who hasn't always been super into X-Men, this is another interpretation of that character for me.
Issue number 200 or 300 of the Uncanny X-Men, I can't remember. But it was John Romita Jr. and Chris Claremont. It was the trial of Magneto in Paris. And the Fenris, I think, I can't remember their names, but they attacked, and then Freedom Force attacked. And during the whole melee and stuff, Magneto was found. He was eventually found not guilty because basically what happened was he was reduced to the age of an infant by.
Oh yeah, that was so silly.
Yeah. So by the time he had his trial again, he was like 30 or something. I don't remember. But so they talked about is he still responsible for his crimes because he started life over? Blah blah. Anyway, Xavier has a heart attack, and he has to go with the Starjammers because they are the only ones who have the technology to help him, which is really dumb because you live on a planet with Reed Richards and Tony Stark and fucking the fuck you doing? You know what? I mean, fucking Hank McCoy. God
Well,
damn.
they had to just get rid. But
Sure, great,
let's
whatever.
not get too in the weeds.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's how I know. Magneto was the headmaster for a while.
But that is that was. Is there anything in the first episode you really wanted to touch? Oh, so when they do find out about the Sentinels, before that, when Jean Grey was having that weird acid trip, when who's the dude in the jail that she was talking to with the glasses?
Henry Peter Gyrick.
Yeah, Gyrick, that piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Piece of
Yeah, piece of shit.
Again,
So here's a funny little note. If
funny little tidbit.
if I ever wanted, I've always wanted at some point to be able to be a character in one of these movies, right? Because it's possible. It's far from the realm of actual possibility, but it's
you like
possible.
to think you could.
It's not plausible, but it's possible. Sure, but who would I be able to play? And honestly, this shithead got red hair. He's kind of a dick.
You're kind of stuck doing that. I mean, unfortunately.
I'm not going to be one of the heroes unless it's Cypher, who's the teenage dude who fucking does languages, and I ain't no teenager. I ain't no teenager.
In my heart, I am.
I'm a teenager, baby.
But
Don't you know?
So, just I don't. We're so terrible at this. We should maybe take notes when we watch these things.
No. My. Did you still want me to?
No. I just for me the big thing was
you're-
they tracked down the Sentinels.
Yeah.
But that whole like weird thing with Jean and Cerebro messing with her head and all that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, this is weird and interesting and cool. But
It's just, I mean, like when I watch, like when we have to watch for Grift Report and shit, these alt-right shitheads, like that's what I hear and see is Henry Peter Gyrick
yeah.
and Bolivar Trask. I mean, that's what I see and that's what I hear because that's what you sound like and that's what you look. I mean, not look like, but that's what you act like. You're bigots and you're unable to comprehend, like. When you talk about like, I mean, it's very thinly veiled racism and bigotry,
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious in this show, and
in this show, yeah, but I mean,
but no, it's getting worse. Like and that's why a show like this and stories like X-Men
it was a great episode.
are always going to have a place and always be about these different minority groups. If you can't see that, or if you don't think that exists,
Then you're probably not
you're
part of a
full of
minority
shit.
group.
I'm sorry, you're full of shit, or you just.
You're
I
probably
always,
white.
I always say this with that reaction with the whole morph shit and all this other stuff. Like, if you truly.
Oh, and yeah,
if you truly believe, if you don't think X-Men is woke or has always been woke,
Yeah.
either you're stupid or you're full of shit. I'm sorry, there's no in between.
Because guess what Wolverine doesn't like is bullies, and you motherfuckers are bullies. But when Morph was fucking with Wolverine in the club in that first episode, that was great.
Yeah.
And the only way he can pull it off is if he can be both female and male characters. And you want to know why they said he was non-binary before the show even came out? To shut you fucking idiots up. Because they knew that as soon as you saw that fucking scene, how come he's a man and a woman? Bam.
Do you think that those same people are mad about Wolverine kind of being in a throuple with Scott and Jean?
Do you
and
think-
like the Hickman stuff? The Krakoan era stuff?
Oh.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of kinky, though. Anyway.
Hey, man, if that's what they want to do, dude.
Oh yeah, when they're trying to find the Sentinels, that club scene was really interesting and character. And like you talked about it, you're saying the exposition.
Yeah, with Rogue.
With Rogue talking about, if I could touch these people, if I could
Yeah.
touch and all the fun.
I mean, it's a great way to like explain if you're not aware of what because you might not if you
Yeah.
don't know anything about Rogue. It's like, what is her power? Like, well, it's kind of tough to explain. Oh, good job, Rogue. Thank you.
Also, we don't in the movies we don't really touch on this, but in the comics and in the cartoons, she's kind of overpowered because she can fly.
She can fly and
She could suck people's powers, and then she also is kind of like Wolverine. She's almost like invincible. Jesus, knocking over the microphone.
Really sorry. No, what happened is that if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, don't jump all over me. You fucking or do.
You better get it.
No, but if I'm not mistaken, the reason why she can fly and why she is super strong and super invulnerable and everything is because she once stole. There was like a really bad reaction when she stole Carol Danvers' Miss Marvel powers.
Yes. Yeah.
And for like a while, she like had like an issue with like her mental state, I think.
Yes.
But she always has retained the flight and strength and super armor, super skin, whatever you want to call it, super invulnerable. That's what I remember, but I could be wrong. I just that's what I remember about her character. She dealt with that a lot in the first issues that I was
I think the ones that got the most shine in this episode was probably be Cyclops. But like what I love about, and I've said this when we did Drawn to DC, and this is when I'm reading a team comic book or I'm watching a Justice League movie, Avengers movie, X-Men. I want it like I'm gonna use a pro wrestling term here. I wanted to watch every one of these dudes get their shit in. And what I mean by get your shit in pro wrestling means everybody. It's a multi-man
gets a
match.
time to sharing.
Everybody gets their big moves in.
Yes.
And so when you see that in the final fight in the first episode, where they find out where the Sentinels are, and they already kind of showed it already online, but I didn't watch it very much. But to know also that all the cool shit that we saw in the trailer were like the first 2 episodes, so there's so much other shit that's happening.
Dude, what's even?
But
go ahead.
yeah, no, I know it was a big
No, go ahead.
wide opening, but
Wow.
to see them like converge and fight the Sentinels, it was fucking rad.
Dude, watching Wolverine, I was just gonna say
With Gambit.
well, that was cool, but also just watching him just go to town on a Sentinel. And then, like, yeah, we talked about it with the first Avengers movie where they have that whole scene that, like, that iconic, they go around and they look at every single Avenger. It was kind of the same thing, Beast, like, ripped off a dude, and got inside and made
I
himself
hope
like
you don't
a
mind.
fucking,
Talks
excuse
like,
me, I'm
yeah.
gonna make you a fucking kaiju or whatever.
Fucking Hank.
Yeah, like a mech. I'm gonna make you a mecha.
Yeah, he takes and he just starts fucking using the Gundam.
Right,
like it's a Gundam.
Everybody had their moment. You're right. Yeah. But I loved you. We were talking about how Wolverine didn't get a lot of play. Yeah.
Before that, again, reestablishing Cyclops being a badass.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I don't know if this was intentionally not, but it felt like a really funny in-joke about the Quinjet always fucking exploding. Because before they even get there, a Sentinel shoots down their fucking jet. Which, again, fits because the jet is always destroyed and the mansion is always destroyed.
Yeah.
So that blows up. And then I feel like because it happened so much, Cyclops is super chill about it. He's like, all right, I'll see you on the ground.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to just fucking nosedive, and then before he hits the ground, uses his blasts to keep him up. Like, god damn it, it's so fucking cool. Like,
Let me murder on
and then to
neck,
see the
though.
other, like, you see
Yikes.
Storm just fly down. You see, obviously Wolverine's gonna make it because of his healing factor and all that. Like, it was just so cool.
Oh, what really fucked me up was, I'm watching this and I'm not thinking about Morph at all. And I'm watching this, and here's fucking Archangel.
Oh yeah, the fact that Morph turned into Archangel and started flying around.
Totally fucked with me because I was like, because then they get back on the ground and everything, and I'm like, hey, I saw a mistake.
Yeah.
Like no,
I was like, oh yeah, it was Morph.
That was Morph. Because if you're not aware, back in the day, in the comics, you could win a no prize. And we'll have to talk about that some
Oh, if you could
someday.
point to continuity errors.
Yes.
Oh.
Or why you basically, I don't know what a no prize was, but if you pointed out a continuity error, but gave a reason for why it wasn't, you won. We should do a deep dive on the no prize sometime. It'd be fun. Anyway.
But yeah, that whole sequence was awesome. And then fucking Beast getting into it. My favorite though, and this is how I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I'm watching this pitch black in my living room late at night by myself. Nobody's watching this with me. And I see Cyclops hit the X as a communicator. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, it's just this little like 90s technology nostalgia where I'm like, yeah.
Dude, I really liked how there wasn't really like, it wasn't established that it was like 2024.
No, it's 97.
Yeah,
it's still
fucking
set
cool.
in the X-Men 90s, like that universe.
Yeah.
But like, so when he hits the communicator and goes, give him the forecast, I'm like, I out loud by myself.
Omega level threat detected.
Yes, out loud.
Fuck yeah.
Out loud in my living room by myself. I go, oh, fuck yeah. Like, and I'm just like this, like grinning ear to ear. And because Storm is so fucking cool. And dude, I don't think people understand enough that don't read X-Men as someone who like became a believer of the X-Men as I, read more about the characters.
Yeah.
To see how much Fox butchered her character.
Oh,
butchered
fuck
Cyclops'
yeah.
character.
Oh my God.
Like,
look, Hallie, you're very beautiful, but your lines and the script they wrote for you were shit.
sucks.
Shit.
But she fucking comes down and like brings.
They did try to, like in The Last Stand, they tried to kind of. Was it The Last Stand? The one where it was the one where she murders Professor X in her home, right? Yeah. But in that one,
Sorry.
yeah, in the beginning, they tried to they did try to establish the whole feeling of sisterhood between Jean and Storm, because in the comics that's a very real thing. They're really, really good friends, and they do feel like sisters, because when Storm started in the school, she didn't know anybody, but Jean was, who had been there for a long time.
Yeah, because Jean is one of the
Jean
original.
and Cyclops were the only ones who stuck around originally. Angel, Iceman, and Beast all went their separate ways.
And then Beast mutated again.
Came back. They all,
Because
come back.
he became the blue guy that you know now.
He became an Avenger,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
It is still kind of weird to think about the original. Easter egg in the second episode.
Right, well, let's get to the second episode.
When Magneto grabs the picture in that second episode, it's the original X-Men
Yes.
cover.
Yes. Which is cool as fuck. But yeah, let's get
And-
into the second episode.
Yeah. So yeah, the big cliffhanger from episode 1, Magneto is running the X-Men.
Oh, is now mine, my X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, fuck.
Oh shit,
Fucking shit, man. Whoa.
My big problem with this, is Charles. Really, you couldn't trust Scott. Like what?
I think I think there's some stuff going on that we don't know about. A. B. I think that it shows that Charles wanted a life. Didn't he know that Jean was pregnant when he died?
I don't know. But you're saying he wants Scott to focus on his family.
He wants Scott to graduate,
Get out of there, man.
right?
Start a new life.
I mean,
But
dude,
Scott is, but we find this out in the second episode. We saw it in the first episode. We see it more in this episode.
Yeah.
Scott is still committed to Charles' mission.
Yeah.
He always has been.
Yes.
Even
Whether
when
Jean
he
likes it or not.
even when he turned evil with
That shit
the,
where they get to the hospital is fucked up, dude.
yeah.
We don't do muty births. Ugh. And you don't see the fucking allegory. You don't fucking see it.
No, you do. You're just stupid.
No, no, they do, but they make more money by being ignorant about it and
And
talking
lying about
bullshit
it,
about,
yeah.
oh, it's woke. Yeah, you've never experienced fucking bigotry like that because you're probably white. I don't know how to
I
explain.
mean, they're most.
I
it's
don't know how to
mostly-
explain Eric July at all, but okay.
It's mostly white dudes,
Yeah,
but
right. And women.
yeah. So
They're so nurturing.
this episode is like, yeah. So we get Magneto saying like, "Hey, I understand how you feel, but I've changed."
But fuck off, basically, because I'm
and
doing
Charles
this.
trusted me.
I'm doing
gonna do
this.
it, and to show you that I'm committed to turning over a new leaf and being a better person, I'll even go on trial. I'll even fucking do it. I'll turn myself over to the
Dude,
UN.
how fucking cool is that he got the fucking helicopters just going
Oh
like
my God.
buzzsaw around him
Okay.
and shit, right?
Okay,
Come on.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just as he
Fuck yeah.
he was gonna listen to her no matter what. He was just doing that as a display of power.
Yes.
And it still shows you like how much. I think I understand why. The more I think about it, because I always think that Charles and Eric is a weird pairing. But then I think about how similar they are,
They totally did.
and that whole idea of like
Just kidding.
they're similar. They want similar goals and better lives for their people, but they're obviously going about it different ways. And
Well, Charles didn't
But,
experience what
however-
Eric experienced in the Holocaust.
however,
That's a big thing, yeah.
I think Charles and Eric get along because of how fucking they're both kind of douchebags, and they're both like, let's be honest, Charles Xavier's not perfect. But what I'm trying to get at with all of this is he's showing Magneto is showing off in this scene, and it's like Charles Xavier would show off in that scene too.
Gee.
Like it's a display of power.
Did you have any flashbacks of January 6th during the
The trial episode.
Huh, did
Yeah.
you? Yeah, I did too. That's weird, right? I wonder if they're all talking about that.
Yeah, yeah,
Are they?
they are.
course.
They're like, oh, obviously it's January. Or one guy's like, I don't get how it's January 6th. It's just depicting a riot or something. And everybody else is like,
dumbass.
well, what was that?
You said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. But that whole
the speech he gives at the end.
So but even
sorry,
we're jumping around.
I know.
So
Start
he's going to have this trial. It's a big display
at the UN.
At the UN, and all this is happening at the same time. Yeah.
Notice the 3 people questioning him are white.
Friends of Humanity are breaking down the barriers, who coming into the
and hurting cops.
Capitol, trying to get to Magneto, because the executioner's with him.
Weren't they trying to get at the traitors? Right?
Yeah.
Wow, weird.
Yeah.
Man, it's
So,
almost like
this scene in particular I want to kind of break down a little bit
Yeah.
and talk about in a sense of like, so the executioner shows up, he presents himself to
we
Cyclops.
talked about this off the air, yeah.
He hits Cyclops and knocks his visor off. So Cyclops keeps his eyes closed and he just gets pummeled by this guy. And while he's doing it, he's like, you know what pisses me off about mutants is humans have it hard, just as hard too.
Yeah.
We just don't complain about it. All you do is complain about it. We all have problems, blah blah, And that clip got shared a bunch on Twitter by someone saying like, how relevant is this? How many people of a minority group have had someone say this to them?
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. And then, people got upset about it, and we were like, some people were sharing that and being like, how could this guy be interpreted as the villain? Like, somebody said that. And I'm like, listen to what he's saying. Because it's like, like, if you don't understand the context of him saying it, like, I have it hard too. Like,
villain says what? No, I mean, like, dude, you are a villain if you're asking that question. You're the villain. If you can't readily tell who's the good guy and the bad guy in, like,
to say that we both to have the comment this guy does of we both have problems, where one group of people, the mutants, who hunted, prosecuted, and hated and maligned for no other reason for them being a mutant,
that they exist.
And you think that guy's right to say, I have problems. Yeah, we all have fucking problems, but it's a little bit different of having a problems of like, oh, my car fucking broke down,
Yeah.
or something's wrong with my house, versus,
Yeah.
oh, I might die today because somebody might beat me to death because I'm gay or black or what,
Yeah. Who the fuck are you that you've never experienced that? Oh, so it doesn't exist. Fuck you. That's so fucking selfish and fucking
the most
shitty
the most
of you.
poignant part. The most
If you
poignant
are
part
saying.
about this whole fight where Cyclops is getting beating up. Cyclops doesn't open his eyes because he could obliterate this human and a lot of other people, and it would make mutants look bad. So he's so committed to his own beliefs and causes for his own people that he takes a beating because he can't retaliate.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that's such a beautiful allegory, and I don't understand how people could look at that and not like. I understand not liking the show for whatever reason,
Sure.
but to hate it for reasons
That
like
re-
that
yeah.
and not think the X-Men wasn't always like this is ridiculous.
The speech that Magneto gives when he takes everybody up to like way high up in the fucking sky, which was so badass, by the way. But the speech that he gives is so fucking poignant and so true. He's just like, look, man, don't make me let you down figuratively and literally, motherfucker. All right? Like, that was fucking cool as fuck.
Well,
And-
even
and
before
fucking-
that, I want to point this out. Even before that, when they know that they're trying to break in to get to Magneto, Magneto takes off the cuffs, which shows he could have taken them off at any point because, of course, he pulls those pillars.
Well, they have to take his collar off first.
Yeah,
but
they
they
take
do.
his collar
Yeah.
off. That's never his power. So then he pulls the pillars, puts them around, and then Storm comes around with the electromagnetic field to make like a fence. And again, to protect all these people that hate him. And I'm not saying that Magneto doesn't deserve the hate that he's getting for this, but
No.
I'm just saying that, like, Storm is working with Magneto to further the cause for mutants.
Yes.
They're making these alliances to further their cause. And then, yes, we have that moment where Magneto, when he has said that line before, he said it in comics, he said it in movies, he said it on this show before, I'm pretty sure, where he says, never again. And that moment usually means, oh, fuck, he's going to kill someone. But in that moment, he decides to lift them up out of the air and carry them towards.
Well, first
almost
Storm
towards,
loses her fucking powers.
right? Yeah. So Executioner gets through.
The
shoots,
speech he gives about that, like, this is what you want. You want to see our kind splayed out and powerless. That's what your fucking dream is. Well, let me tell you about my dream.
Yeah.
And then he fucking takes them all upstairs. Takes them all up fucking
almost to space.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, fucking
And
powerful.
holds them there and says all those things, and then he says, "I'm trying to be better."
Yeah, don't make me let you down.
Yeah. And whether or not we truly believe him, that's what makes Magneto a great villain. And I think is such a powerful episode and such
episode. Yeah, it was good.
it again. I think that first episode really leaned in heavy to the nostalgia, and then the second episode, kind of. It still did, obviously, but kind of felt like it was still. We kind of have a direction a little bit.
We could lean. Yeah, we're talking about a season and a storyline and
Yeah,
things
so
that are
now
happening.
the storyline is starting to develop.
We briefly touched on, and I don't really need to go into it anymore, but we briefly touched on the whole Rogue having to get the doctor's know-how to deliver Jean's baby because the doctor's like, we don't do mutie births. You don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't think that's, I mean, come on. We don't need to get into that any further other than to say that, yeah, that's an allegory too. And if you don't know that. But what about the cliffhanger at the end? Do you think it's the original X-Men coming back from like the past? Like they did in the comics?
Oh, I thought it was. Doesn't Jean have like a clone or a twin sister?
Well, that's Madeline Pryor. And
you think
she
that's her, maybe?
No, because didn't they say Jean? And didn't. I don't know. Because Jean.
I don't know. Could it be? I don't know.
Jean looked like, what the fuck?
So you're saying the original 92s? Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like the original X-Men? Like the 60s X-Men?
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about?
In the comics, recently.
Well, I know. Are we doing the all-new X-Men idea?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
I don't think you would do that here.
I don't think you need to, and I don't think
No.
that's something you would bring into this
that
iteration of the
storyline-
X. That belongs to the 2000s, not the 90s.
And that storyline is something that works better with Scott at that point, where his character
Did
had
they
killed Xavier and all that
So
shit.
you didn't watch the original show, so you don't know if Madeline Pryor ever showed up in the original.
I don't know.
So we
That's
don't.
one of my guesses.
If yeah,
Or maybe is she a mutant? Madeline Pryor?
no, she's a clone of Jean Grey, but she turns out to be like this Goblin Queen during their Inferno.
I was going to say, or maybe it was
There was
something.
an Inferno event that happened in
It-
the late 80s, and she becomes the Goblin Queen.
I
and
thought it was going to tie back
tries
to.
to steal the baby.
I thought it was going to tie back to something with Cerebro.
Maybe, I don't know.
Also, I love.
It's a mystery.
I love in the second episode. Like I thought it was going to tie to Cerebro and like she finds a mutant that looks just like her or something. I don't know. The fact that Wolverine has to help Jean deliver the baby is great because Cyclops is busy with the Magneto trial. The fucking he's here. Who? Apocalypse. And,
The baby. You fuck.
Oh crap! Like I love that. Like Wolverine.
Apocalypse.
It's nice to see Wolverine kind of again put aside his weird crush on Jean and help her deliver her baby.
Although, hey, drive a little better, man. She is pregnant. Why are you making her move people out of the way off the sidewalk, you fuck? What a dick.
Well, she's got mind powers.
So what? She's fucking trying to hold the baby in or whatever the fuck happens. I don't know. I know you don't hold the baby in. It's not like
He
having
didn't
to
just pop out.
It's not like having to take a shit.
Yeah.
I better get to a toilet soon.
So that was a fun little hijinks.
We're gonna get letters from the pro-life people on that one.
Mm. Also, do you think Wolverine hung back with Jean because it's like, well, if Magneto does break out, I can't really do anything because I got fucking metal claws
Probably.
just hanging out here.
I'd rather he didn't remove every bit of adamantium from my body again. God damn it.
Learn where your feet are.
Fucking stupid fucking thing. You know why? It's because of this guy coming over to my... No, I'm not going to blame it on the dog.
Yeah, blame it on the dog.
Yeah,
you
fuck
rat
you,
bastard.
jerk. You're all woke.
We
and
also
you,
we
and
also
you
have
blame
to
it on
talk
the-
about the weird ending of episode 2 where We're setting up Rogue and Magneto being romantic.
Whatever. I don't. No, we don't.
It happens in the comics.
We don't need to talk.
They have a
about
baby in the
Great.
Age of Apocalypse
It. Great.
timeline.
Yes. We don't need
But-
to talk about it.
It's weird.
Gambit's feeling all sad. I don't give a
Gambit
shit.
got cucked,
Whatever.
man.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Sucks,
Gambit, whatever.
Mon ami, why? What? That was
She just wanted some dicking, and it was just the nighttime was the right time.
Start taking drinking. You just want some dicking.
Dude, look, okay, look, can I explain something to you? Let's get into it then.
Magneto's
My,
cock.
no, my love language is touch.
You think it's
I-
Rogues?
I'm being serious. I don't experience touch from other humans a lot, and it physically hurts that I don't. And can you imagine somebody like Rogue who has never, ever been touched because she can't
Yeah.
be, and meeting somebody who can touch her skin to skin? Oh, dude. Oh yeah, I'm fucking wet. I'm fucking wet. You don't think she's fucking wet? I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm sorry to bring it down to sexuality, but I mean figuratively. Also,
hard. Are you hard?
I mean figuratively. Also, doesn't that just turn you on? Like, oh my god! Like you, by process of elimination, having never had experience of that before, you have to experience like, oh my god, this is fucking incredible, and I want more. That's human nature.
I'm emotionally hard right now.
Sure, I got a mental dick. I got a mental boner right now. My brain is turgid. My brain is hard as a rock. Somebody would say that about me, probably. My brain is hard as a rock. It's kind of like a. No, I'm not gonna. Let's not finish that at all.
I
That's,
can't
that's
wait.
our new TikTok.
Can't wait for next week for more
Hey,
episodes.
that's our new TikTok because we can say TikTok and my heart is a rock. Never mind.
You fucking asshole.
You fucking cock. All right. So,
Also, I like the Daily Bugle Easter egg too. That was in the trailers.
big fan of the series overall so far and looking forward to more. Can't wait to review it every week.
All right, one more bit of news before we get to the comic books. Actually, you know what? We'll throw this out. We'll just jump to the
Fuck
comics.
your news.
Wow.
Sorry.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
today we are talking about two number ones from recent series. Tyler's read both of these.
Mhm.
I know about the Punisher storyline, but I never actually read it.
Mhm.
But so in your hands right now is Defenders number 1. Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about that first?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's
It sucked. Hated it.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
well, did you really hate it?
No, keep going. I'm
Okay.
fucking with you.
Javier, is it Javier Rodriguez? He did the art for I
Yes.
can't remember what else he did, but he did art for something. He's done art for a bunch of stuff. I think it was the Trial of the Watcher one shot maybe, but his art is very suited to comics, but it's also gorgeous.
Yeah.
He really knows how to use the space and the colors and line work and everything to just fill everything with just wonderfulness. And Al Ewing, man, fucking, I will read whatever that guy writes, man. It's really good and always thought-provoking. And he touches on like 4 characters in the Marvel Universe that I have no real knowledge of. I've never heard of the Masked Rider or Raider.
I'd never heard of the Master.
Me neither. I knew about Cloud. I knew about the Enclave and Carlo Zota, but basically what happens is the episode starts off as Doctor Strange chilling. Doctor Strange is chilling. Sorry, the
First issue, but yeah.
the comic
much an
starts off as Doctor Strange chilling, and this dude, the Masked Raider, comes in and points a gun at him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Well, we got to stop this guy." So he starts pulling cards from the tarot, and each card represents a character in the Marvel Universe. And Harpy is Betty Banner, who is Bruce Banner's
Resurrected.
ex-wife,
Banner,
who was
yeah.
resurrected and who has really taken a turn for the worse with the gamma radiation. But in the comics, it's cool because she basically told Bruce to fuck off and took off. She left.
She was the Red She-Hulk.
Well, right, but she turned into the Harpy at some point, and
Yes.
and Bruce kept telling her like, we can fix this, and she was like, dude, this is me. And you can't handle that, so fuck off. And she like leaves in the middle of the night, and I don't know what ends up happening to her in the comics at all, but she does appear in this. And if you'll notice one thing, Jake, I do want you to notice something. The whole first issue is told from the story, from the point of view of Stephen Strange, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one thing I want you to notice about that is this is a 5-issue series, miniseries, and there's 5 characters. So each issue,
Oh, okay.
and
It's a
that's
different
what's really,
perspective.
really, really cool about it, because as they go back in time, and how about the fucking ending, by the way?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Omnimax?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is that they're hanging out with?
No, it's another Celestial, I'm assuming.
Galactus'
Well, it's-
mom
yeah,
has got it going
That's
on.
what it says in the second issue.
Is it? And they fucking recreated the Mother's Milk fucking cover, man.
Yeah.
From Red Hot Chili
well,
Peppers.
So
Tell me about what you think. I loved every
again,
bit
like
of
I
it.
said last week, the Defenders, what I know, were like the street level Netflix show.
See,
so
those guys were never the Defenders in the comics, as far as I know. Maybe Iron Fist, but Daredevil wasn't. Jessica Jones wasn't even a character at
Yeah.
the time. Or the original Defenders, it was like this. California, or was that the Champions? But the Defenders were like the Beast and Nighthawk and fucking Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange and Namor and Hulk, and it was yeah. It was
But,
not yeah. But anyway,
So it's kind of a really weird psychedelic throwback, you know. It feels like the art style in particular, like
Yeah.
the shading
Yes.
and the look, where it's contemporary but feels like it was written and drawn in like the 60s,
Yeah.
and but still having that like new glossy coat of paint. Yeah, I never heard of the Masked Raider, but the whole like there's just so many weird fucking concepts in this one issue alone.
how about Cloud?
Well, like
A
before
nebula that-
we even get to that,
Okay.
the idea of the Masked Raider is silly because it looks like this dude has a fedora, has this mask on. He looks like a Dick Tracy, like noir detective.
Yeah,
And like, oh, by the way, his mask is the god Eternity, a piece of eternity stayed on Earth, and Zoda and this crew that hires him,
the Enclave.
the Enclave, they recovered it, and that's just been a mantle that's been passed down.
I can't remember
But
who. Yeah.
what's so good about it is how quickly that information is relayed to me, and not a lot of captions, and it's still the story is still moving forward. It's not. It didn't feel like it was slowing itself down to be like, hey, this is who this character is. You're probably not familiar. It's like what we talked about with X-Men '97. It's giving me exposition in a interesting way.
I don't know if it felt like to you, but it was almost like when they did that one page of explaining who and what it was. You know, the art is so beautiful and everything that you're just kind of captured by that. And then,
Well, because it's made from the smoke from his fucking tea, Tyler. The whole backstory
Yes.
for the Masked Raider is told through the smoke of his goddamn tea, and that's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
right?
God damn it.
Right?
The art is fantastic. in this
Yes.
book.
It's just, I mean, they
I don't think I've
literally,
conveyed that enough.
they were like, dude, just do
Another,
what you want, man.
This is something I noticed when I was reading it, and I wanted to point this page out specifically. I'll do the best I can explain it through audio. But there's a scene where they're trying to create this character, the what is it? Project Atom 4
Yeah.
is this like lab experiment going
Yeah.
on. The scientist is conjuring a spell.
Yeah.
And you can follow the smoke, the different colors of smoke that he's like conjuring the spell with.
Yeah.
They're coming from the ground up the page.
Yeah.
But to see like how well crafted that smoke looks
Yes.
and designed. And then the next panel isn't even a panel, it's just an onomatopoeia. Inside the goddamn onomatopoeia is the masturbator shooting. And so the bang, oh my God. Like, it's just playing with the page in an interesting
Right?
way. And I love that so much.
Like I said, like his artwork is the way he uses
So good.
the way he uses. There's almost no wasted space, right?
None.
I mean, it's like the way, from what I understand, how comic books are made. They're
This fucking panel where the color goes out when the
Yeah.
dude gets hit. Oh my God.
dude. There's
The Masturbator shoots a spell book. Like, that's his solution too. God, this
He
is a
has-
fun book.
I'm glad you like it because it was one of my favorite. It was just a
Well, the
random
more I
book
talk
picked
about it,
up.
the more I love it.
Yeah, it's just he just really, from what I understand about comics, they make them on these big pages and then they send them in to get reproduced. I'm not sure how they do it now, but man,
it's with like tablets and shit now.
okay, but he really, I mean, he knows what he's doing, and it's gorgeous.
Because of the shading and the color and the way that this panel looks, like
Yeah.
Silver Surfer looks fucking incredible
Yes.
in some of these shots.
Yes.
And you know what looks great with him and Red Harpy is the shading under the eyes, the yellow. Like, it looks like Kirby. It looks like that, like,
Yes.
again, that throwback style. And
Yes.
it really plays into the trippy, weird, funky kind of flavor that you're getting with this book.
There's a
Loved it.
style of figure drawing that was very popular in the 60s, and it's kind of a casual figure drawing, and this guy uses that a lot.
And I would agree. There's like no wasted real estate at all on the pages.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much art and so much color and so
So
much
Doctor
story
Strange-
in each page.
But Doctor Strange picks all these characters, and they have to go stop this guy.
Can
They
we talk about how he does it? When he uses tarot cards and they just
Yes.
choose the defenders.
yes,
That's
yes,
fucking cool.
yes. Oh, wait till the second series. And so then they have to go fight him. They have to find him, and they have to go back to the previous cosmos. Now, here's one thing that fucked with me a lot. The cosmos that the Marvel universe is in is called the Eighth Cosmos. Correct? You read that a bunch of times. But then they go
They
back
said something
one,
about the sixth cosmos.
right. They go back one, and they're in the sixth cosmos, which is where Galen is, where Galactus is Galen.
Yeah.
And then that's when that one ends. Wouldn't that be the seventh? I'm not going to get into it because I don't know.
I
but
don't know.
It confused the hell out of me. Anyway, the point is, it's a great book. Highly recommended.
All
Next
right,
up.
Now we got Punisher #1
Yeah.
by Jason Aaron, and
Jesus Saiz and something Azakita.
Yeah, I was
Paul
honestly
Azakita.
really surprised with the Defenders book.
Mm.
And I think a lot of it was just and Cloud?
Yeah.
The fact that they had a son in the Sanctum Sanctorium and there's like
Right, and
I
he has to fucking
I have to
yes.
kill my ego again to stop this fucking son.
That was fucking cool. Like, oh shit, there's a sun in the goddamn. We're about to destroy the Earth. Sorry. Whoops.
And then you see all the different like versions of Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I hope issue 2, number 2, holds up to the
You
good
will,
momentum.
Yeah, we meet a character in the first one at the end of the first one, the mother of Galactus, and
Right.
you will really enjoy her as a character. She's one of the more fun characters that we've met in a while.
So Punisher number 1,
Whoa.
Jason Aaron. Whoa, that was
Whoa.
brain sync. Jesus Saiz,
I want to say
Saiz, and Paul
Azakita.
King of Killers, Book 1, Chapter 1. This is a 12-issue run.
Self-contained.
And so I, again, had known about this series, never actually read it, but I had known of it. I knew the implications of it and all that. So the book, here's what I was thinking. So the book starts with the origin, but it's each panel is shown from the perspective of Frank.
What as far as I know, they've never shown it from his perspective in the comics before, like his point of view, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
They've always shown it like as a panel recap or whatever,
Yeah.
or
So-
he's recounting it, but I don't know.
So
Yeah.
when I was I was talking to you about it before we started recording about and how I felt about it. I don't have a problem with Aaron retelling the origin. Because to me what that said was this series is going to be the new status quo. Maybe not the status quo, but a story that you could say like reclaiming the character, reclaiming Punisher. We're getting rid of that logo because it's been co-opted by shitheads. So we're doing that, but we're building a whole entire story that deconstructs this character.
Yes.
And I think what's so appealing to me about the first issue, because I've been wanting to read this series for a while, but just how unafraid Jason Aaron is to show Frank Castle just beating the fuck out of dudes.
Just murdering people.
Just slaughtering them with no regard.
The priestess and talking about how beautiful it is, like the way he, oh my God, it's really good.
So we cut from that. We get the big, beautiful 2-page
The art
splash
of,
to say that Frank Castle is the Punisher and then you get your title card, your title page.
Yeah.
But that to me was also signaling like all of this this is the Frank but this is how we're going to take him in a new direction. We're going to do something new with him. And I am kind of surprised that that we hadn't thought or had this idea happen before. It's some of those ideas that come along in comics where you're like, wow, we really haven't heard somebody do this before. This always seemed like this would work.
It makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't
that's
it?
what makes this series so good, is it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the Punisher run the fucking hand? He doesn't care.
Right. well, as long as they're letting him do what he wants, which is punish the guilty, punish those who are committing crimes.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see at one point they rounded up like all the rapists and child pedos and shit, and he just fucking cut them all
Killed
down?
every single. So we'll get there.
Yeah.
So after the flashback, we kind of cut to all these. They're called the Apostles of War. They follow the Greek god Ares because just like in the DC universe and the Marvel universe, the gods exist. So Ares is the god of war, and he is something in the Marvel universe. The only thing that I really of note for Ares is when he was killed in the Siege storyline that Bendis did.
Yeah.
So they're talking about, and I love these couple
he's
panels
a god, so he's stuck,
because they're talking about all the weapons they're getting in and like all the wars they're going to be involved in because of course.
I love how they talk. Bless the war.
Oh my God.
The way they talk is just like
they're fucking dorks. That's
Yeah.
what I love about it.
they're all wearing fucking helmets
Here.
and suits.
Blessed be these 18 cases of Shi'ar sniper rifles with their 1 free month of drone-based targeting services.
Yes.
Blessed to be these 5,000 rounds of adamantium-tipped bullets. Blessed be these 20 cases of assault scatter guns with PIM particle shot. Like, I love that they're like, Aaron is just like making these silly little in-jokes about like, oh, these guns are like Hulks. They're like little fucking Hulk guns. Sure, why not? It's the Marvel universe.
Dude, he fucking had so much fun with this.
So they're all, and that's what's so funny is they're talking about blessed be the war, blessed be the followers of Ares and all that shit, and they're getting involved in all the wars or all the conflicts going around the globe, which would make sense. Of course, the god of war would be involved with that.
Because he's a dick.
Yeah, and he wants war. Turn on the lights, turn off the lights. Frank kills all of them with ease, and I love it where he's like, he says you can try it, and he goes for the gun. He runs by, cuts the guy's throat, but doesn't kill him. He's like, I'm still getting used to it. Turns around, stabs him through the heart. And again, it's visceral. It's violent. And then I think in that moment, already in the book, I'm like, wait a minute. Because I was with him for a while. And then I'm like, wait. And the moment where he kills him like he does, it stays true to Frank, but then it reminds me of like, this is why Frank is an anti-hero. This is why Frank isn't a good person, because he didn't he's also killing like rapists and pedophiles and shit,
right?
And murderers, but at the same time, it's like it's just so visceral and violent.
Yeah,
and
he knows
wants
how
to
to kill, and he's good at it, and that's what he's always been. He doesn't know anything else really.
Yeah.
And why is that though? And we're gonna find out in this series, and it's fucking crazy because
the king of killing is what they.
In the next issue, they touch upon the fact they touch upon something that this priestess
Yeah.
has been around for a lot longer than we think.
So the best part about the Ares fight is the reveal. It's a 2-page splash. I'm like, oh, he's running the hand.
Yeah.
And then we just cut back to him killing all. This is my favorite.
Yeah.
Your ninjas would be so he gets all these murderers and rapists and pedophiles and all this into the room. They're all gagged, tied up. Your ninjas would be proud to dispense with them for their high slayer in whatever torturous fashion he so desires. Frank says no. I make the offer every day knowing he will decline. It is a fine example to the others of the power of his dedication, the white-hot focus of his rage. He is the Punisher. He swings the sword. Just, come on.
They just talk. They talk about him.
He's a myth. He becomes mythological in this, and it's crazy. But
I want to say something like,
okay, yeah.
keep what you got because I want to hear what you're saying. But I want to make before we move on. I just want to keep something in check here. I'm not a huge fan of guns. I'm not a fan of real violence. If you've ever experienced or seen real violence in real life, it is not glamorous.
No.
It is not, okay? I'm not...
Horrifying.
Yeah. This book makes it horrifying, but the way that it's portrayed and the way that it's brought to you...
is so entertaining.
You kind of look at it like it is an art form what he's doing. Like, and how... It's hard to explain. You got to read it. But it's just beautiful.
When the hand assault him in his apartment, and he is getting like getting fucking ninja stars. He
goes through all his hiding spots in the apartment, like all of them.
He's fighting them off, and then proceeding to pull guns out of all sorts of
all the hidey holes.
So
and
that's
shit.
what I mean. It's like what makes Aaron so good with this series is he. While making Frank a badass, he also deconstructs it, and it's kind of a funny scene.
Yeah,
because it's so badass, but then you're also like, it's kind of fucking funny that he opens up his fridge and there's knives in his fucking door of his refrigerator, and there's guns in the fucking food
and then
drawer.
He moves the fridge, and there's a fucking room behind that with more guns,
and
then he's got a claymore mine set up in the hallway.
But
so when
like
he walks past,
you said, this is a funny way of like how he is deconstructing like
Frank Castle.
Frank, and like how it's like it's kind of Jason Aaron playing with that like action hero thing of like, it is pretty ridiculous that we glorify this guy.
Yes.
He brutally murders people.
Yes.
But then you can't take him too seriously when it's like, he's the Punisher. He swings his sword and he's got fucking knives in his fridge and got C4. He just has C4 lying around and he blows up parts of his house.
Yes. Have you ever seen?
Fucking awesome.
Have you
I
ever
love
seen The Heat with Sandra?
No,
Bullock?
I haven't.
You didn't?
No.
Shit. Okay. Well, there's a scene. There's a scene where Sandra Bullock goes into Melissa McCarthy's apartment. And she's like, "You live here? You don't lock the door?" And she's like, "Well, because they know I got this." And she opens her fridge, and it's like her apartment is not an apartment. It's literally like an office with guns, and it's absurd. It's absurdity.
Yeah.
And there are people in this world who glorify that shit and go like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome!" Like that's not awesome. That's psychosis. That person needs mental help immediately. Yeah. That person does not need access to any firearms whatsoever, okay?
Yeah.
So that's why it's funny, but it's also like, because I grew up being one of those people who were like, oh, Punisher's fucking cool. Not like cops think the fucking Punisher's cool, but because he was cool. He was just a badass who just, I don't know, he was always shooting shit up. I don't know what our fascination is with it. I don't fucking know.
Oh, so I wanted to pull up the priestess. They died without a cry, without a whimper, without a single sound. They died like ninja. I saw my sons and daughters rendered into puddles of viscera by the walking meat grinder. That is the Punisher. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, dude, the way she's clearly a villain, right? But the way the character is so compelling.
What I was going to say... Way back.
Shut up, Tyler.
So what I was going to say, and what this scene I think is a perfect interpretation of with the priestess and the hand, is Aaron is pointing out who idolizes Frank, and who idolizes Frank are not good people.
No.
because the people that idolize being a murdering psychopath are not good people.
Through the course of this,
So that's what I mean. Already in the first issue, you're starting to realize, like, wait a minute, Frank, don't realize who you think you are. Yeah.
through the course of this series, you really start to take on the point of view of the priestess. You really do.
Yeah,
You
because they make him into like this mythological thing.
But at a certain point, the rest of the Marvel universe takes notice
Yeah.
because I'm not going to spoil anything. But it's crazy how easily it sinks in to being like, oh yeah, she's right, dude. And it's like, wait, this person is not a good person. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And the art, dude, the art is just fucking gorgeous again.
So, well, again, another great thing that I love. She
Yeah.
has a tray of daggers, and she
Oh.
says, "Do one of these belong to you?" And he goes, "No, but this does," and puts a fucking gun in her face. Who sent you? Like, it's just like, that's such a stupid. And again, he's an action
daggers
hero.
come back,
and
yeah. Oh my God.
And he's saying this while all these fucking ninja stars are sticking out of him too.
Yeah,
Like, it's
of course.
It's, great. It's just amazing. And then Maria's back. They brought her wife back from the dead.
Brought his wife, yeah.
So good stuff. Good
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
When are you gonna read a DC book?
When they make a good one.
Oh, fuck you!
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Wow!
Where's a thwip?
Oh, you know what? It was.
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, guy, you know?
Hey,
Long.
shoe fits, motherfucker. All
It's a long box.
Do you have anything for the long box? You smelly
right?
bitch.
Trying to find out what. Wow.
Knock my
Yeah,
heads
we
off.
got another 10 minutes. All right.
I mean, we can wrap it up now. I don't care.
I
I played the fucking thing.
You know what?
I have mine.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
I am
so-
going to I'm gonna talk about Paint.
What the fuck?
What?
Paint.
Yeah, by Owen Wilson or with Owen Wilson.
I'm messing with you because you just said paint.
Oh,
Like,
it's a movie that came out on Hulu or I don't know where it came out, but I watched it on Hulu and it has Owen Wilson and Wendy McClendon-Covey and Stephen Root and Michaela. What?
nothing.
Jake, fucking douche. There's a he's the trailer makes it look like it's a wacky movie about this guy who thinks he's very Bob Ross. It's almost like Bob Ross doesn't exist in this universe. Because it's almost like nothing exists outside of this corner of Vermont. Is how this movie feels like. So the trailer makes it seem like, oh, he's this wacky guy who thinks he's Bob Ross, and then everything goes wrong, and so he just
like a Wes
loses
Anderson
his shit.
thing.
Right, but it's more than that. It's a story about how your perception of past slights or past things that were done wrong to you can be just so wrong. And it's a story about what are you doing as an artist, and are you really challenging yourself? And it's a story about why are you making this art? How are you making this art mean something to yourself? And ultimately, it's a story about a guy who just wants to fucking be a good guy.
Huh.
And it is funny, it is wacky, but he's a guy who has a public access show, and he paints a painting an hour, and it's pretty funny. He goes like right afterwards, Stephen Root calls him into his office. He's like, "Hey, so here's our idea to save the station because we're PBS. Obviously, we always need money. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put you on for 2 hours a day, okay?" And he's like, wait, 2 paintings a day? And he's like, yeah, 2 paintings a day. And he's like, no. I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me. I can't do more than 1 painting an hour. I mean, I'm not gonna do 2 paintings back to back. That's too much. I can't do it. And he's like, it's just look, we're trying to save the station, and I might lose my job and everything. So he's staring off at this she's an assistant director, I think. I don't know exactly what her role is at the station, but he's staring longingly at her, like he had a past with her, and he has a flashback about something with her, and he's like, well, I'm gonna lose my job and stuff, and he turns around, he shakes himself out, and Owen Wilson turns around and goes, well, whatever I can do to help, just let me know. And Stephen Root's like, I just told you what. Okay, have a great day. Like, you literally didn't hear anything I said about losing my job. So then so like a week later, this other, his name is Carl Nargle, by the way. And the van he drives is called the Vantastic, which it's pretty great. He's a pretty great guy. But then the week later he comes back or he comes into the station, and when he's about to get off the show, this other painter comes on, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, well, or Stephen Root's like, I told you that I wanted you on for 2 hours, but you wouldn't, so I brought in her, and her name's Ambrosia, and she's played by Ciara Renee, who's a really great actress. If you've seen her in anything, she's awesome. But she starts painting things, and then she paints a stump, and then a UFO above it that's pouring blood all over the stump. Like, it's just, you see like Carl's audience reacting to her, because they have point of views of the TV at these different houses. There's one in a nursing home with all these people watching his show. Like, they show that throughout the movie, right? And that's kind of how you gauge how people are reacting to Ambrosia and then him and whatnot. But everything gets thrown apart, or everything is blown up in his life, because he's like, what the fuck? And he doesn't understand. Like, it's really funny. There's a point where something comes up where I can't really explain it, but basically he's very, very insulted, right? And he just stands there and he goes, all right, everybody, I'll see you. Good night. And he walks out and closes the door, and everybody just goes, whew. They're like, whoa, I've never seen him that mad before. It's almost like he's never processed emotions. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he's been this guy for 22 years doing this show. But it's a fun little movie. It's an hour and a half, dude. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, the pace is great. Acting is great. All the actors in it are great. The story is really ultimately about, again, what are you making this art for? Is it just because you have to, like I do? Like, I mean, it's just inside and it has to get out, or are you trying to prove something to yourself? You know what I mean?
I'm doing it so I can.
I'll eat your ass.
It was terrible.
Oh, who are you, the fucking drop police?
Because it just didn't make sense. I'm doing it so I'll eat your ass.
I'm sorry. I meant to say so.
What?
Just say so. And then I'll eat your ass.
It's a good movie. Go see it. Go. I gotta go get pods.
Would you say this movie is
Brilliant!
Jesus Christ. Where's that fucking... I don't know, but...
I was gonna say Ricky Stenicki was gonna be my
Go for it.
long box. I
Okay.
just watched it. Came out on Amazon recently. John Cena, Zac Efron, Anthony Santino.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the redheaded guy, but
That's so helpful.
the redheaded comedian guy. You know.
Yeah, that's so helpful. Bill Burr used to be a red-headed comedian.
Yeah,
guy.
it's like Bill Burr but with hair.
You've never seen The Heat? Bill Burr is awesome in
I've
that.
never seen The Heat, man. All right, but
Totally
I've seen
a movie you and your wife would like.
but I've seen Ricky Stenicki. So it's a weird. It's a weird raunchy comedy that is a comedy that you have to like really suspend your disbelief a little bit and kind of just go with it, because the whole premise of the movie is these 3 friends try and play a prank on Halloween. It goes horribly wrong, and then they accidentally start a fire, and one of the kids tries to it's during Halloween, and he's like Freddy Krueger. So he takes off his Freddy Krueger sweatshirt and tries to put it out, and he can't. And he goes, "Hold on, give me a second." And the other kid writes Ricky Stenicki on it. So Ricky Stenicki is this friend they have that is made up. Has never existed, but they've always used him to get out of shit and get out of doing things. And then you never got to meet him because, he has got to go help Bono build houses for the homeless and shit like that. And, like, they kept this lie up for, like, 30, like, almost, like, 20, 30 years or something like that. And they made a Bible. They made a puberty just happened live on air.
Let's go. Farting in your pants. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Gotta get pods.
Come on. Let's finish the show, please.
Whoa!
So it's not like it's a pretty raunchy comedy. It's hit or miss like any comedy is. Like some jokes didn't work for me. I truly feel like John Cena, because he eventually their lives catch up with him and they have to hire someone to be Ricky Stenicki. So they met John Cena in Atlantic City before, so they had his number. They called him because he's also an actor, so they call him up. And
What's his name? What's his stage name?
Rock Hard Rod. And his whole gimmick is he does covers of popular songs but changes the lyrics to be about masturbating. And oh my God, man, it was so funny where it was like, so they do cutaway gags of like him doing different songs to show his act. And it's like just one too many, and then it's just one enough to make me laugh again. Only because he does.
It just goes.
It's fucking John Cena, this big. Still, I mean, he's lost a lot of mass because he's been doing more movies now, but he's still a big dude. So like, it's still funny to see him dressed like Peter Frampton with the big old like puffy hair and fake eyebrows.
Dude, he's just having fun now.
Oh, he's just goofing off in this movie. And he is to me, what makes this movie work.
Yeah.
I think the other stuff before he shows up isn't near, like, it's not as funny until he's in the movie.
Right.
Because he's an alcoholic. And he
Which
shows.
is always hilarious.
No, he shows up at the airport and he's throwing up. And they see him throwing up. And he's just like, his face is sunken in. And he's just like, what's going on? What drugs are you on? He goes, I'm not on any drugs. I'm sober. And he goes, what? He goes, Ricky's in the program, dude. I take my role seriously. And he's like, so he's an alcoholic and he's been cold turkey for 2 days. So he's got the shakes and he's like dehydrated. And he goes, wallet, mouth. And he goes, what? And he has to like bite down on the wallet. And he's like, I'm just really committed. I'm on this. I'm good, man. I just need a shower. And it's like, and it's just, John Cena is so committed that it just works. And it's only funny because of like, just again, how believable he is. Like, I take this seriously. I'm a serious actor. Like that's the whole thing is like, I'm a real actor.
I don't appreciate it.
So yeah, and then it just kind of gets weird and it's okay. But again, it only works, I think, because it's John Cena and he's just so charming and you want to root for him.
You want to just give him a big old hug.
You just say, you big old,
I love you.
big old guy. You're a beautiful guy.
You love me. Is that your long box? So what'd you give it?
Nice.
Yeah, good job. All right, so until next week.
Oh, I'm Tyler. I got things to do now.
Well, I'm sorry. I got a long week ahead of me. Also, I'm very tired. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.